Tally-ho with a bing and a bong and a buzz buzz buzz. The fourth passage of Beloved Britcom Blackadder will soon be explored, though firstly, those interested in videos providing context to the previous installments and the show generally can find such videos in the playlist suggested above. The final series follows Captain Edmund Blackadder, and he's bloody annoyed. Naturally a descendant of the previous Blackadders, once again played by Rowan Atkinson. During World War I, he finds himself reluctantly suffering in the company of Private Baldrick and Lieutenant George while in the trenches, eager to escape the pointless conflict. His plans to do so are often disrupted by General Melchett and his pen-pushing, desk-sucking, blotter-jotter sidekick, Captain Darling. The cast is comprised of regulars from previous series. Naturally, Tony Robinson continues to enjoyably represent the Baldrick family tree, while Hugh Laurie plays the well-meaning, idealistic, patriotic enthusiast who displays much more charm and selflessness than his royal ancestor, though they're identical in looks and IQ. Actually, the George of this series possibly has double his ancestor's brain cells, meaning he possibly has 2 brain cells. Stephen Fry masterfully encapsulates the emotionally detached, deluded boisterousness of General Melchett, while Tim McInnerny capably portrays the smug, hyper-competent Captain Darling. Blackadder 2 regular Miranda Richardson makes a guest appearance, as do the likes of Rick Mayall as a descendant of Blackadder 2's Lord Flashheart named Lord Flashheart, while his longtime collaborator Aid Edmondson provides a very amusing take on the Red Baron. While I was rewatching their episode, I thought about how Rick and Aid's characters never interact despite their long on-screen partnership elsewhere, and then a scene where their characters interact at length began to play that I'd forgotten about. I'd like to think that if I'd never thought that, an alternate scene where they didn't interact would play instead, like a reverse choose-your-own-adventure story. The majority of the main cast gradually display hidden depths and vulnerability, most apparent in the finale in the cases of Captain Darling and George. While remaining manipulative, self-serving and abrasive, Catpain Blackadder himself displays more pleasantness than his ancestors, though given they displayed no pleasantness, this is a highly achievable task. An intriguing recurring theme concerns the fact he faces potential death with dignity when placed in seemingly fatal situations, despite his aims of escaping. He also displays respect for his peers, admittedly very rarely, but more often than his ancestors, though given they showed absolutely no respect for their peers, this is a highly achievable task. Blackadder Goes Forth is widely considered the strongest of all 4 series, an opinion I share with the huddled wasp names such as myself, though Blackadder 2 ranks only very slightly lower in personal enjoyment. The Blackadder series each display one unique strength. In Blackadder the Third, this was comedic boldness. In Blackadder 2, it was casting characters. And in the first series, it was... yeah. Anyway, Blackadder Goes Forth's unique strength is a decisive factor in its high acclaim, this being its drama. After navigating the situation with the expected dark humour, sarcasm, and general lunacy, that would have been a good name for Stephen Fry's character actually, the final episode fearlessly depicts the tragedy of the period through momentous character growth, in the process producing a harrowing, poignant, profoundly thought-provoking conclusion, any analysis of which would fail to faithfully represent its power, or the commendable risk involved in attaching seriousness to a show that had never fully embraced emotionally intense material, despite dark situations throughout every series. The show's unique weakness is difficult to identify. Despite the memorability and celebrated nature of the finale, the show's occasionally accused of delivering its anti-war messages forcefully, though this isn't a flaw I'd identify, given the grace, validity, and boldness involved in the execution. The one minor weakness is that some of the crude humour associated with Baldrick is slightly overplayed at times, though this is forgivable, since the toilet is so amusing that it is the basis of an entire culture. I do apologise to those unfamiliar with the show. 99% of the jokes so far have been quotes. When making your own jokes proves too difficult, reference the topic constantly with the excuse that you're paying tribute to it by using these quotes, without the original context that made them not only funny, but vaguely understandable. Maybe I will master this humour after all, yeah? With the main Blackadder legacy concluded, I highly recommend series 2 to 4 to any fans of sarcastic, dark and outlandish humour in historical settings. A reminder that the videos devoted to previous installments can be found in my playlist linked above, as well as on the end screen. I hope that But before the next upload, you can join me in a chorus of "Whoops, Mrs. Miggins, you're sitting on my artichokes." In the meantime, if anyone asks, we didn't get any messages, and Captain Blackadder definitely did not shoot this delicious plump-breasted pigeon. Well, the moon shines bright on Charlie Chaplin. His shoes are cracking for want of blacking, and his little baggy trousers they'll want mending before we send him to the Dardanelle. I like Charlie Chaplin, it's just a song. Wibble.